Have you ever wondered how climate change is impacting the wildlife that share our planet? Climate change isn't just about rising temperatures. It's a complex global phenomenon that's reshaping ecosystems and influencing the survival of countless species. From the polar bear in the Arctic to the kangaroo in Australia, climate change is not playing favorites. It's a worldwide concern that's touching every corner of the globe in unique ways. Unraveling the effects of climate change on wildlife is not just about understanding the science, it's about understanding the survival of our planet. To understand the present, we must look to the past. So how has climate change affected wildlife over the years? Journey back in time with me. Picture the woolly mammoth, a majestic giant that once roamed the icy tundra. As the Earth's temperature gradually rose, their habitat dwindled, food sources became scarce, and ultimately, they were unable to adapt. They vanished, leaving only fossil records behind. Similarly, the dodo, a bird once native to Mauritius, was unable to adapt to the new predators introduced by human settlers and climate-induced changes in their habitat. They too joined the ranks of the extinct. However, not all species met such a grim fate. The Arctic fox, for instance, is a fascinating example of adaptation. As the polar ice caps melted, they expanded their hunting grounds and adjusted their diet. They thrived despite the warming world. The altering seasons, inconsistent rainfall, and shifting temperatures have been playing chess with nature. Habitats have been reshaped, food chains disrupted, some species have been checkmated into extinction, while others have moved their pieces strategically, surviving and even thriving. The peppered moth in England is another compelling case. During the Industrial Revolution, soot blackened the trees. The moths, originally white, evolved into a darker color, blending in with the soot-covered trees and escaping predation. As we can see, climate change has been quietly reshaping the natural world for decades, if not centuries. Fast forward to the present day, and the effects of climate change on wildlife are indisputable. The Earth's thermostat is not just shifting, it's spiking, and animals worldwide are feeling the heat. Rising temperatures are forcing species to pack up and relocate, seeking cooler climates and suitable habitats. But not all are lucky or adaptable enough to embark on these journeys. From polar bears in the Arctic to small insects in our backyards, the struggle is universal. As ice melts away, polar bears lose their hunting grounds, and insects lose their cool, moist environments. These shifts are not just about individual species, but also about the delicate food chains they are part of. When one species moves or declines, the ripple effect is felt throughout the ecosystem. Predators lose their prey, pollinators their plants. And then there's the matter of habitats. Forests are turning into grasslands, wetlands are drying up, and coral reefs are bleaching. These transformations are not just scenery changes, they are life or death shifts for the countless species that call these places home. The climate change narrative is not just about us humans, it's also about the birds, the bees, the whales, the trees, and everything in between. Our world is interconnected in ways we're just beginning to understand, and these changes to wildlife are signals of larger shifts at play. Today's wildlife is navigating a world that is changing faster than ever before. Looking ahead, what does the future hold for wildlife in a world shaped by climate change? We find ourselves on the cusp of a critical juncture, where the decisions we make today will determine the fate of countless species tomorrow. Climate change will continue its relentless march, altering habitats and ecosystems in profound and unpredictable ways. As temperatures rise, polar ice caps melt, and forests burn, wildlife will be forced to adapt or perish. Some species may become extinct, their rich tapestry of life unraveled by the cruel threat of climate change. Others will be driven from their homes, seeking refuge in new territories. This shift in habitats will trigger a ripple effect, disrupting established food chains and relationships. Predators may find their prey scarce, while plants could lose their pollinators. But it's not all doom and gloom. We humans, the architects of this climate crisis, also hold the power to mitigate its effects. With strategic conservation efforts, we can safeguard vulnerable species and protect their habitats. We can restore damaged ecosystems and even help wildlife adapt to their changing surroundings. The future of wildlife under climate change is uncertain, but one thing is clear: their survival is intertwined with our own. As we grapple with the consequences of our actions, let's remember that our fate and that of wildlife are inextricably linked. Their struggle for survival is also ours, their future is our future, and their story is our story.